Yeah.
Second Nature for Children is in the house. Coach, how you doing?
As always, man, great, great. How about yourself?
I'm doing absolutely great, man. We're gonna get right to it. So, family, as you come in, make sure you subscribe. Let's build this channel. Our people, we need this information. We need this information. I said back a while ago, if there was any more profound information that can help change your life, share it with me in the comments section and let me know where I can go and listen to someone that's trying to help the betterment of the people. And so today I want to talk to you, Coach, about the number one thing, and I'm gonna let you give your perspective, I give mine on what you think it is, because I want people to know that you and I don't sit down and try to put nothing together. I like to come on each week with you, and we'll put out a topic and let you give your perspective, and I give mine, and we move on. Um, the majority of the time, I like to just bring facts when I come onto the show. That's why I don't have to debate and go back and forth with folks. And I'm guessing that's why I'm not getting a lot of comments, because there's really nothing to comment about. But hey, that's right. And if it's wrong that you seeing that anything that definitely I've said or either coach has said, then shoot us a comment and let us know. And listen, don't just tell me that I'm wrong about something. Show me that I'm wrong about it. Because you can set your mouth to say anything. So with me, you have to show me, because anytime I put information out and I tell you that it's a fact, I can prove it. And I'm gonna deal with that tonight as well. So come on in, subscribe, like, and make sure you share this information. And coach, we're gonna get right to it. And before I jump right into it, I want to say this right here. I hope everyone is doing well. Here, I deal with the mind, the body, and the soul. I know we've been talking about it and hearing about it basically all our lives, but there's a scientific fact that if you learn how to connect these three areas together, then you can live your most successful life. And a lot of us haven't been taught this foundation, and anything without a base will fall. And that's why, especially in these three areas, us people as color, we're falling. And that's a fact. We want better. We want better, but we won't do better. That's a problem. That's a problem. When you want better, there's some changes that must come about. And when I tell you that we bring on an early death to ourselves, I mean it. I mean it. Our lifestyle will literally self-destructing, and we got to do better. And I want to be very transparent about this too. Grown folk, y'all can do whatever y'all want to do. I want to be very transparent about that. The problem that I'm having is that if you have any influence on children and they're watching you, that's the problem that I'm having with me working with children for over 30 something years. I'm finding out a lot of times that when the children are going through certain things in life, and once I meet their guardians or whoever's taking care of them, a lot of times I understand, especially if I run into their parents, I understand why our children are going through so much. So, grown folks, I'm not pushing you so much to do better. To do that's only on the people who want to do better, who want to take their lives to another level. Let's go. But don't think that I'm trying to. Well, why he coming on here trying to make? Listen, I don't. That's on you. That's on you, family. The only reason that I come on for the betterment of the people is because of our children. They're watching you. So I like to make sure that we have a reference so we can get started. And I would say the number one thing blacks don't want to hear is the truth. I'm gonna go with that. I don't know where you
Yeah,
go, but I'm gonna let you
that's
give
it.
yours.
That's it.
Oh, just
That's
why.
it. And then the byproducts from that, but that's it. That's it.
Okay.
But go ahead, go ahead, go
All
ahead.
right. So let me just give a reference, the definition of it, and we're gonna jump in, and I'm gonna let you give your spiel, and we getting ready to just tell the truth, and it's fact. So here we go. When we talking about the truth, that which is true, the fact are facts, reality, something
Yeah,
that can be
yeah,
proven, something that you can prove with evidence. All right. So first we have to deal with the foundation that most of us was not taught. And that's how to take care of our mind, our body, and our soul. And that's why we struggle so much in these areas. And like I said, a lot of times we don't want to hear it. But when I say we don't show ourselves love, it's a fact. That last video we just did, a lot of people won't click on that video. I got to put the information out there because I'm not out for just clickbait. And for certain things, I'm out putting out the truth. When I put out that we don't show love to ourselves, I can prove it. That's a fact.
mm,
Especially in the basic way of living and dealing with our mind, our body, our soul. It's a fact, man, that a lot of us haven't healed from a lot of trauma we experienced in our past, and it's affecting our present.
true that. True.
Coach, that's coach, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah, yeah, I concur.
It's a fact that a lot of us are walking around with a mental disorder, either a mental illness or a mental issue that we haven't addressed. Not saying you're crazy. I'm not saying you're crazy, but there's a reason you keep drinking excessively. There's a reason. Believe me, there's a reason. There's a reason that you keep doing drugs and you keep making bad decisions and you keep eating, overeating, and you keep continuing uh, to be in toxic relationships. There's a reason. And I know you don't want to hear it because a lot of times, we don't want to hear the truth. And if you want better for your life and you don't make the correct changes, it won't happen. That's a fact. We got to change. You can pray. Here for my, especially my religious people. You can pray all you want to. But if that communication is not letting you know that you have to evolve, you better change your connection because your prayer is not working. That's a fact. Prayer is simply communication, communicating. That's all prayer is. I don't know, we've been indoctrinated with certain things where we think it's more than what it is, but it's simply, if you want to go into the religious realm, it's simply just having a conversation with the one you believe in.
Yep.
That's all it is. That's all it is.
Mhm.
So if you all this praying you're doing, if you don't change or evolve in that which you're praying to, like I say, having directed you into evolving, then you need to be very careful about your prayers. And Coach, I'm getting ready to let you go because I've answered it for myself that the number one thing that Blacks don't want to hear, and that's the truth. And I want to say, make sure that you go back and listen to all the videos that Coach and myself and that I put out because it's nothing but the truth. Take a break. I'm going to say this right here. Take a break from gossip and entertainment just for a moment. I know we're addicted. Here's another fact. That's why we can't get nothing. Another reason is several reasons we can't get nothing done. But here's definitely a reason that we can't get nothing done because as a people, we are addicted to gossip and entertainment, we can't get nothing done because it got us. That's a fact. And social media shows that. I don't even have to pull that information up. All you have to do is go on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all these different accounts, and see what people gravitate toward more than they gravitate toward bettering themselves. So we got to begin to tell each other, we got to tell ourselves first before you can speak to someone else that the truth, they said what they said in the Bible, on it'll set you free. And if you want to be free, we got to learn how to accept the truth. So I ask you, Coach, what do you think that Blacks don't want to hear?
I said the truth, man. It was easy for me. And then I say you can go into the byproducts as you unpacked it, because once you know the truth, you can't remain the same. Well, let me say that like this: you should not remain the same because it will eat at you. That's what I think. Because I know what is true, I should act on it. Some people might not, you know. What's going on? Is that okay? Yeah, some people might not, but yeah, the truth got to be the truth. And then, like I say, it comes the byproducts of the accountability because you got to change, right? And once you realize you got to change, then you thinking about the people that's going to be offended because you changing, or you think you better than me. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. You know, because we so want to be, you know, liked, accepted. You know, so once you get hold of that truth, you change. A whole lot of things going to change in your life. Your circle's going to change. Can you handle that as an individual? So as you think about that and the different steps you be going through, man, it can be very uncomfortable for someone who's not accustomed to the truth, especially with change, because you got to change, or you just be miserable. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. You know, maybe some people could know the truth and not move accordingly. Okay, that's on you. I can't do that. It's just like when you talk about dealing with someone in any different um level, whether it's friendship, business, what have you, relationship wise. They always say what? When someone show you who they are, you need to believe that. Now, if you want to act other than what you see, then that's on you. You know what I mean? So once you get hold of that truth, I think it's very hard for you to remain the same. And I think people want to change, but they'll put them in an uncomfortable space. It's not going to be comfortable right away. And because of that, you know, they just chug along doing the same old, knowing damn well that, listen, man, this ain't right here. This is not it. This is not it. You know, I saw a piece today. They talk about what do you do when you pray and it doesn't work for you. You know, this popped up. And you talk about having a connection, etc. You can blame God, you can blame whoever you want to. But is it all in the prayer? What about you? Could it be something you are not doing? Did you check yourself? Make sure that I'm doing all I'm supposed to do in order to get this ball rolling. So this, what I'm praying for, can come true. It could be you. What I talked about not too long ago, you can be in your own way. You can be the one in your own way, in your way. You know, you can be blocking what's supposed to manifest, you know. And that again is what? Dealing with the truth, dealing with yourself, who you are, how you are, you know. So that stands out, man. I ain't had to think about that, really.
Wow.
You know.
Definitely, it comes to mind with me myself, and I'm tell you something. Until we are accountable as individuals for our lives and come together to help each other, things are only going to get worse.
True.
That's a fact.
True.
That's a fact.
True.
That's a fact. Do you know that a lot of things that we're crying out to the Lord for?
Go ahead.
I see you sticking a little bit, but we still good. Do you know a lot of the things that we're praying for and that we're crying out to God for, that if we would have just made better decisions, if we would have just made better decisions, it could have put us in a better place in our life.
To achieve those things without even having to pray for it. Just pray when we get it, we pray, give thanks, you know what I mean? Gratitude as opposed to praying to help me get A, B, C, whatever. What you just said, accountability. We just talking about the truth and just accountability. You got to be honest with yourself. Man, I messed up. I know not to do that again. I'm not going to do that again. You know what I mean? Now I'm going to deal with them anymore. I know what the red flags are. But you get the signs. With anything, you get the sign. Now you adhere to the signs or you go alone. But understand, you have a choice, man. You have a choice, you know. So
if we take these three areas, the mind, the body, the soul, with right now today as a people, a majority of us are struggling within these three areas. So can you imagine when you were just talking about a little earlier, and I was speaking on changing and evolving, a lot of us right now are crying and going through a lot of health issues where in the past, if we was truly connected to that which dwells within us, why do we have to wait always until we damn near self-destruct before we go trying to get it together?
Right, yeah.
We could have began exercising long time ago. We could have changed our diets long time ago. See, that lets me know you're not truly connected, because you're going to tell me that this God that loves you so much and that you worship and you honor wants you sick. That's something's not right with that. You're going to tell me, go ahead on.
I just, like I said, with anything, man, I believe we get the signs. We might not adhere to the sign, but we get it. We get the warning signal. Your body, you keep eating something that's not good for you. Your body's going to let you know. It's not going to sit and move the way it normally do. It's going to let you know some way, some shape, some form. The body's going to let you know. You know, you doing something that's detrimental to your existence, you're going to get that, you know, you call it that voice, that the spirit, what have you. You're going to get, man, you know, if I were you, I'm going to do that now. You know what I mean? You get that. Now, you could ignore it if you want to, but you get it. That's what I believe. I think I've been living this life long enough to know that is a fact. You get the little warning signs, you get it.
It's a fact.
Now, you can ignore it, and I've been there. I know the results. So I know what, you know, I know for a fact, man. Come on, man.
And once again, that's why I say, by you saying that, it lets me know that we're not connected to that source. And we're definitely not being obedient to that source. Because
I would say that. Not being obedient. I would say that. Yeah.
Okay.
I would say that.
I definitely go with it, because like you said, we're getting the signs that, you know, hey, and then even being conscious. And a lot of us sometimes speak on some videos about us not being conscious, because a lot of times we're not thinking when we're over indulging in certain things. Yeah, you're gonna pay a price for that sooner or later. You understand? Yeah, you're gonna pay a price. So we got to become conscious of how we're living. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. As a people, we are so psychologically damaged. Till we have to be careful with preachers and politicians, because They know how to tap into your feelings and emotions. They know if you sitting in church,
Yep.
like if I'm preaching and I'm sitting in church, I see literally, I see literally that I have a sick congregation. Do you understand what I'm saying?
And
Sometimes
let me say this: it's not only here; that's all over the world with
all over
us. From
all over
my
the world.
observation, all over the world with us. That's why we can take so much advantage of us because we know what we know. I'm just saying. Yeah. But go
That's a
ahead, go ahead.
no. That's a fact. That's a great point. But a lot of us don't think about that though. We don't think about how the preacher can look out and see literally that you're sick. Some things show. And all I have to do is preach on your sickness. Now, right now, I can tap into your feelings and emotions. You understand
Motion.
what I'm saying?
Yep. I
Yeah,
got you.
because I
I
know
got
that you're going through something, so I can pull you
you.
in
Yeah.
even more. And the
Yep.
same thing about the politicians, all they got to do is sell you a
Oh
dream.
man. Oh man.
Yeah,
Here we go.
and,
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and they know that we are a very emotional people because all we have to say is we're going to put somebody black in office that's going to do this and do that and do this and do that. Now, if they've been in office for the last 4 years and haven't done nothing, so now all of a sudden they're going to get in office and make this big old change where they say, well, we just can't do nothing for black folks alone, but you can find other groups to do things for
That you gonna
alone
do for yeah,
that
yeah,
you
yeah,
that you could do for. So
yeah.
we have to be very careful because when you speak to most of us that go and vote, a lot of us vote on color. We don't vote on the education of politics. Is anybody going to do anything for us? A lot of times it's based on the color of somebody we like. A lot of us are not educational when it comes to politics. So we just go on what we see instead of what we
Ain't
know.
anything but what about the system? The system that been in place for however long. Faces change, you know.
And that's a problem as well. And we'll talk about
Yeah.
that on another occasion. A lot of us don't understand the system. You understand? And that's why Dr. King, in his latter days, when his eyes became open to certain things, he told his close ones, do not take a political job. Because he knew that once you take that political job, you have joined their system, and it's only going to be so much that you can do. Don't come telling me all of a sudden today someone is getting ready to make a big difference for the black community when we've been voting Democratic for over 90 something years. Don't tell me all of a sudden today. You can't pull that on me. That's absolutely crazy. And let me tell you something. Here go another fact. Whether you know it or not, a lot of us are too far gone. Coaches, a lot of us just won't change.
Right.
A lot of us have that tunnel vision to we believe in what we believe in. And I don't care if you can show me something better. I don't care.
Different. Yeah, yeah,
I don't care.
yeah.
I don't care. I don't want to hear nothing different. I don't hear. So a lot of us are too far gone. That's a fact. They're not going to do anything. They're not going to do anything. And we simply will not show others concern or compassion to help someone else. We are a very selfish people when it comes to certain things. That's a fact. We're not going to do nothing, and I'm saying it. We're not going to organize to do anything for the betterment of us as a people. Our children are dying, literally and figuratively, because we as adults are not doing anything to make a difference. And that's sad. A lot of our children has gotten to the point we've lost them. I've been working with children, like I said, over 30 some years. A lot of our children, especially, they so damaged from birth up to 13, 14, and 15. Man, a lot of that, especially that 14 to 17, 14 to 18, they gone. We done lost them because we're not coming together enough to put programs in certain communities to work on bringing those families in to help them, where social media is running amok on the Black community. And when you go out to social media and the things that you're seeing and that they're showing, our kids are gravitating toward that more because there's not enough of us that's coming to be the ops, as they call it, to be the ops.
Yeah,
to be the ops to social media. So, man, all I can tell you, we don't want to hear the truth, but as a people, we are definitely in trouble. We're definitely in trouble. And I don't see no time soon, and I'm just thinking for a second, but I don't see no time soon that things are going to get better for us as a people. We won't even come together to help each other. Like I said a little earlier, we have no concern, no compassion for our fellow man. And hell, we don't even love ourselves. So when you don't know how to love yourself, how do you know how to love someone else? Even in the Bible, he says that,
hey,
how
there
can
you
you
go.
tell me that you love me who you never seen before, but you
Mm.
don't even love your neighbor who you see every day?
Every
That's
day,
why,
yeah.
that's why I'm saying these folks are playing now, and I mentioned it in the last video we did. I mentioned it where these folks better stop playing with God,
Mm.
who's supposed to be your religious group of people. And like I say, I have no problem with the religion people. The only problem I have with them is that they don't live the word. Because I'm gonna tell you something. It's some good stuff in that Bible. It's some good stuff in there. If you know how to take it and use it for the betterment, it's some good stuff in all of it. But you can go to the Quran, you can go study other the Buddha, you go study any religion. They got some good stuff in there, but the problem is we're not living it. That's the problem. Because you have to take, whether you believe the stories or not in these different books, all of these books have good principles. And I'm very
Yep,
big,
yep.
yeah, I'm very big on the principles because we got to understand that when it comes to the soul, you can move all the religions out the way. If you got strong principles, good principles, if you have connected to that source that dwells within you with those principles that you can gravitate and hold on to and live by, it's a fact. You don't need to go to not one church. If you go to church, that's on you, that's okay. But what I'm telling you is that you don't need, there's no need for you to go to church, for you to live a great life spiritually. That's a fact. If that's your belief, then that's your belief. But I'm telling you that I know too many people who have been awakened and do not go into those buildings, but from communicating with them, I can tell that they have a great relationship with the
Mm.
source because I see their work. Even the Bible tells you that Jesus will know you by your fruit. You got a lot of folks that going into the worship house, but they bear no fruit. See, something is wrong with that. I got a lot of people that I encounter who does not go into the worship house, but I see their fruit. And so it's a fact that it lets me know that you don't have to go into that house of worship to have a connection with your source. Not only is it a fact, but I'm a witness and I'm one of them. I
For
don't
my,
go on.
go ahead, go ahead.
Go ahead on, coach.
Not just saying, from my understanding, you the temple. From my understanding, I could be wrong, but that's how I move. You know, you're the temple. Now, and I was about to say too, um, if a lot of folks deal with the truth, tap into those biblical stories and get the essence. When they walk back into that building, they might be mad at themselves or mad at what's going on in the building, because if you got that awakening, you're not going to feel comfortable in there.
Right.
You're going to see stuff that been around all this time, but it never really, jump out at you, so to speak, because you're awakened. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
And that's what pulled me out when my eyes became open to certain things, because even the Bible said, and I know I taught the Bible for many years, that you go and you fellowship among the believers. And I found myself not fellowshipping among believers. And that was a problem. That was a problem to me. And I would say this, that the greatest experience you can experience in your life, the greatest experience that you can experience in your life is when you truly make that connection with that source that dwells within you. Not going into their playing church, not saying that you part of this and part of that. Because like I say, I can look at you. I can look at you. Because like I did in the other video that we did last week, I told you, and you just mentioned it, that the temple is sacred. Your body is sacred. And I'm seeing how a lot of us are destroying our temple. And I'm telling you that it's a writing in 1 Corinthians 3:16 where Paul wrote to that church. And he told them that you belong to God. And if you don't take care of yourself, then God will destroy that temple. It's in there. So I'm looking at a very sick church that's not taking heed to the word of God. If that's what you say you believe in, you're not sure. Listen, you better begin to face the truth. You really don't believe. I'm going to put it out there. Because if you really believe me, you will hook action onto that belief. Because if you're telling me that you believe in something, you have to act on it. So I just want you to think about this right here, family, especially my religious people. You got to be able to handle the truth. You going up in that church during the week, every Sunday, you really don't. I'm going to put it out here. I'm going to tell you. Shoot me a comment and let me know if I'm wrong. And show me. Because I'm getting ready to tell you right now. You really don't believe. Because I don't see you bearing no fruit. I don't see you helping anyone. And I see you slowly self-destructing. Show me something different. Coach, you got 3 minutes. I'm going to let you have it. Family, make sure you go subscribe, like, and share this information. Coach, you got 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Close us out. I'm done. We can't handle the truth.
I was about to say, I know you can get some comments. You messing them church folk. You can get somebody gonna hit you with.
Bring it.
A lot of the stuff we talk about, and I know it sounds like cliche, but it's second nature to me, because the thing that I think about, how I move, how I live my life. You know what I mean? We can always do a little tweaking on this journey called life to make ourselves better. We know we're not perfect, but a little tweaking here and there, can make things so much better for us in every aspect of our life, mental, physical, spiritual, financial, whatever, man. Just a little tweaking. And I find it hard to believe that what we're talking about is not, dropping on certain eardrums. I find that hard to believe. But it is what it is, man. People see things differently. And it'll be nice to get a feedback as to how you see whoever you are, wherever you are, how you see it. Do you see it differently? You know what I mean? You just let us know, you know. Maybe we'll see it the way you see it. Maybe we never see it that way, you know what I mean? So yeah, we just talking about life, man. Everything we're talking about has to do with life. It has to do with life, you know. And it's not like, you can go anywhere, and these topics are just out there. You know, it's not like you can go, these topics, anything we talk about, you could implement in your life. And I guarantee you, man, guarantee you're going to see a change, you know, and that's just real. I ain't trying to get in your pocket, your pocketbook. I don't even want your credit card number. Just think about that. Just think about that. Just think about that, man. You ain't got to subscribe and all that if you choose not to. But you got the information, so why not apply it, you know, for that change in whatever aspect you feel you need that change? Because you know, that's your life. You are you. Who knows you better than you do? You know what I mean? So inch by inch, everything's essential, man. You don't have to do everything one time, you know. It's a little at a time, man. Make the simple tweaking and a simple adjustment to make things better for your life, man. And eventually, to me, I feel it will spread because it can't stay, it wouldn't stay within you. It's going to spread to other people. So they can, man, what are you doing? You look different. You sound different. You know what I mean? And then you could just spread the word, man. That's what life is all about. You know, that's what life is all about to me. Being a better version of yourself today as you were yesterday than you were yesterday. You know? So that's what I got, man. A little tweak here and there, inch by inch, everything's the same. And don't run from the truth, man. Run towards it, man.
Got you, coach.